Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name CarriersCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students. So such friends, I'll highly suggest you to watch our video, as they will be very beneficial for you in the long.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of the third week of April month. The session will be very important, so stay tuned with us till the end. And in this video we will be revising important current affairs and multiple other things also that will be helping you in your preparation for the government exam. Right? So let's start. First question is, which tiger reserve has recently signed an MOU with Indian Highways Management Company Limited to enable fast tag based payments at the forest entry point? When you will be entering this particular tiger reserve, right at the entry point of that forest or the tiger reserve, you will be having this fast tag enabled payment similar to that of a toll tax, right? So the amount will be deducted at the entry point only with the help of your fast tag, and this particular feature has been launched at which tiger reserve it is being asked. So which is it? It is your Nagarjun Sagar Sri Salai Tiger Reserve, and this tiger reserve recently signed an MOU with IHMCL, that is your Indian Highways Management Company Limited, to enable these fast tag based payments at the forest entry points. Right? Now another question can be asked, that this Nagarjun Sagar Tiger Reserve, where is it located? It is in Andhra Pradesh. Right? And this initiative intends to create a payment mechanism that is based on FASTag at forest entry points. Next, as per the data released by the Center of Monitoring Indian Economy Private Limited, India's unemployment rate has increased. That is, India's employment rate has increased to -%. So India's employment rate has increased to 36.9%. That is 36.9% in March 2023 quarter from 36.6 in December. So we can see there is an increase of 0.3%. Correct? So the option is option 2 correct here. This data that is of the employment is released by CMIE. What is CMIE? It is your Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. Correct? And if I ask you which is the state with the maximum unemployment in India, it is your Haryana. Right? So correct option is option 2. Next, if I ask you which is the airport in India that was ranked into the world's busiest airport list, and in this it is your Indira Gandhi International Airport that secured 9th position in this world busiest airport. All right, it was the world's ninth busiest airport. This is located in New Delhi, and Indira Gandhi International Airport is the ninth busiest airport. Then, which is the state of India that has the maximum number of GI tags? It is your Kerala. It is your Kerala. Then, next, if I ask you, where was your International Yoga Mahotsav recently flagged off? International Yoga Mahotsav. This was in Dibrugarh. Where is Dibrugarh? Dibrugarh is in Assam. Right? Then Jammu Festival. Jammu Film Festival was recently held, and which edition of this Film Festival was held? It was the third edition of Jammu Film Festival was held. Then who inaugurated the Tulip Garden? Tulip Garden. This Tulip Garden was inaugurated by whom and where? This Tulip Garden was inaugurated in Jammu, and it was inaugurated by the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha. Right? Then apart from this, Vibrant Villages program. Vibrant Villages program. This was launched where? It was launched in Arunachal Pradesh. It was launched by Amit Shah, who is our Home Minister. Then Baisakhi Festival. This Baisakhi Festival, this was a 3-day long festival that was observed in Jammu and Kashmir. Next, recently UIDAI, they have partnered with which IIT? It is your IIT Bombay to develop a touchless biometric system. I repeat, UIDAI, they have tied up with IIT Bombay to develop a touchless biometric system. Then recently, which party got the status of national party? It is your Aam Aadmi Party. Next, which company has recently received the approval from SEBI for control transfer in merger process? Tell me. Which company recently received approval from SEBI for control transfer in merger process? It is your HDFC Capital Advisors Limited. HCAL. It is a subsidiary of HDFC Limited and a co-investment portfolio manager. Right? Moving on. Next question. Which Indian company recently collaborated with LenzaZ Incorporation from USA to set up India's first green aviation fuel firm in Haryana? So, LenzaZ Incorporation, this is a company of USA, right? So, it is your IOCL from India that has tied up with LenzaZ Incorporation from USA, and this LenzaZ, this basically it is a clean energy technology company. And remember, these two organizations came together to set up India's first green aviation fuel firm that will be set up in Haryana, right? And this will be the India's first green aviation fuel firm. The proposed venture or this proposed project between these two will be built or will build a plant to manufacture this SAF, that is your sustainable aviation fuel, and this will be done using alcohol to jet technology. It will be at a Panipat refinery that is in Haryana, and the cost for this project will be almost 3,000 crore rupees. Here IOCL will be investing almost 1,500 crore rupees, and LenzaZ will be investing 750 crore rupees, and rest will be provided as a loan or from the state government. Next, the World Heritage Committee meeting in an extraordinary session decided to inscribe the Rachin Kamai International Fair of Tripoli, that is in where? This is in Lebanon. Lebanon is the location or the country, if you remember, where there was a huge blast that was captured on the videos also. And the question asked here is that World Heritage Committee meeting in an extraordinary session decided to inscribe the Rachin Kamhare International Fair of Tripoli in Lebanon on the list of the World Heritage in danger. So this is the this heritage in Lebanon is considered to be the World Heritage that is in danger. Right? So correct option is option 4. Next, which organization has released the status of women in agri-food systems report with the key findings that tackling gender gap in agri-food systems can boost the global economy by $1 trillion? So this data was released by a department of United Nations only, that is FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, and this organization released this report, that is the status of women in agri-food system, and this report stated that the gender gap, or if we work towards tackling the gender gap in the agriculture food system, this will help us to boost the global economy by almost $1 trillion. Right, there would be an increase in the global GDP, that is your global domestic product, global gross domestic product, by almost 1%, that is equal to $1 trillion, if there is no gender gap in the farm productivity. Currently, women earn almost 82 cents for every $1 that is earned by a man. Right? Next, if I ask you, tell me recently, Gond painting. Gond painting is the product of which state that recently got the GI tag? It is of Madhya Pradesh. Correct? Next, if I ask you, tell me, where was W20 international meeting held? This is a part of G20 only. Where was this held? This was held in Jaipur. Right? Recently, remember WhatsApp. Two important features of WhatsApp, remember. First is a campaign, that is a stay safe campaign that was launched by WhatsApp. Second thing, remember, WhatsApp have now enabled that you can use WhatsApp in more than one device. That means in almost 4 devices you will be able to use your WhatsApp. Correct? Next, in which state first underwater metro is being built? It is in West Bengal. In West Bengal too, it is in Kolkata, and it is your Kolkata Metro Rail Corporation that is building it. Then under which river? It is under the Hooghly River that this first underwater metro is being built. Correct? There was a report recently released in India that tells about the richness, or how rich a chief minister of a particular state is. So if we talk about the particular list or about the wealthiest chief minister in India, Andhra Pradesh chief minister Jagan Mohan Reddy has turned out to be the richest chief minister in India, or the wealthiest chief minister in India. Correct? Next, if I ask you, which is the strongest tire brand in the world? Strongest tire brand in the world. It is your MRF. MRF has turned out to be the world's second strongest tire brand in the world. Correct? Moving on. Next, according to the data released by the Ministry of Commerce in April, which country emerged as the India's biggest trading partner in the financial year 23? So, according to the data released by Ministry of Commerce, the country that has turned out to be the biggest trading partner of India in fiscal year 23, that is between 22 to 23, it is your United States of America. Right. Their trade between India and US, it is at $128.55 billion for this year fiscal year 22, and India and China trade was on the second position with almost $113.83 billion. Correct? Another thing you need to remember here is that during this war, during the past 1 or 2 years when USA led sanctions on Russia, India started purchasing the crude oil, that was the virgin oil, from Russia. And due to this, the trade between India and Russia has also significantly increased. Next thing, remember, now we know that USA has laid sanctions on Russia, so they cannot directly purchase oil from Russia. So what US is doing is that they are indirectly purchasing this oil of Russia or natural gas of Russia. Why? India. So India has turned out to be a mediator now. Moving on, who has recently won the 59th edition of the Femina Miss India World 2023? She is, tell me, for the year 23 and 59th edition of the Femina Miss India World, who has been crowned as the Miss India World 2023. She is 19 years of age. She is from Kota, Rajasthan. Who is she? She is Nandini Gupta. Right? She has won the 59th edition of the Femina Miss India World 2023. Alright, this was held, and this particular edition, the 59th edition of this Femina Miss India World 2023, where was this held? This was held in Imphal, Manipur. Imphal, Manipur. Right? Next. One more thing, remember here, after she has been crowned as the Femina Miss India World 2023, she will now be representing India at the 71st edition of the Miss World 2023 that will be held in United Arabs of Emirates. Next, which state government has recently renamed the Bhavna Padu port as the Mulapeta port? So this Mulapeta port that was earlier known as Bhavana Padu port, this is located where? This is located in the state of Andhra Pradesh, right? And the Andhra Pradesh government has renamed this Bhavana Padu port as Mulapeta port. Correct? Next. Every year, which organization will publish the World Economic Outlook? So directly question is asked that this World Economic Outlook, this is published by which organization? It is your International Monetary Fund that publishes this World Economic Outlook. This World Economic Outlook is published twice in a year, that is 2 times in a year, and this presents the global economic development during the near and medium term. It also gives about the detailed analysis of the world economy, that how it is performing. And similarly, if we talk about this IMF, that is your International Monetary Fund that publishes this, they have projected or they expect the world economy to slow down to 2.8% in 2023, lower from 3.4% that was earlier projected in 2022. So now they have slashed the GDP growth rate or the global growth rate to 2.8% in 2023. Where is the headquarter of this International Monetary Fund? It is in Washington DC, and the headquarter of World Bank is also in Washington DC. If we talk about UNDP, the headquarter is in New York, and if we talk about UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, the headquarter is in Paris. Sorry, not Nairobi, Kenya. In Paris, the headquarter is for UNESCO. Correct? Moving on. Operation Gibraltar is related to which country? Operation Gibraltar. This is located to, or this is associated with Pakistan, right? 44 years ago, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who served as the President and Prime Minister of Pakistan, was executed under the military regime, right? And Bhutto left behind a mixed legacy in Pakistan, but towards India, his attitude was of hostility and extreme mistrust, right? So Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was the brain behind this Operation Gibraltar and Operation Grand Slam, triggering the 1965 war, right? So remember this Operation Gibraltar, it is of Pakistan, and also apart from this, remember Operation Grand Slam. This is also of Pakistan. Next. India is set to acquire armaments worth $300 million from USA for Indian Navy, and this will consist of multi-role helicopters, that is MH-60 Romeo chopper. So the direct question here is that India is procuring arms from which country, or defense technology from which country? It is USA, and India is procuring worth $300 million. This consists of helicopters, that is MH-60 helicopter, and the name of this helicopter is Romeo, and India is procuring this helicopter for Indian Navy. So the correct option is option 2. All right, and here 24 Romeo helicopters will be procured, and additional to this, Hellfire missiles and Mk 54 lightweight torpedoes. Torpedoes are the missiles that are used by submarines, all right, that go underwater, that are your torpedoes. They will also be procured here. Next, Union Minister of Law Justice Kiran Rijiju has recently released the first edition of the dash language version of the Constitution of India. So remember, the first ever edition of the Dogri language version of the Constitution of India was recently released by our Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiran Rijiju, right? And it was launched in the Dogri version. Where was this launched? This was launched in the University of Jammu and Kashmir, right? Kiran Rijiju here recently described the translated document as very important in providing justice to the common people. Dogri is an Indo-Aryan language that is spoken in Jammu and Kashmir region, and it is one of the 22 official languages that are recognized by Indian Constitution in the 8th schedule. So correct option is option 3. Next tell me, what is the rank of India in terms of artificial intelligence investment, that is in the investment in the field of artificial intelligence? It is India stood at 5th position, whereas if we talk about the country that topped here, it is your United States of America. Then similarly, if we are talking about artificial intelligence, the best artificial intelligence, or the era of the artificial intelligence, was recently started with OpenAI's artificial intelligence chatbot, that is ChatGPT, and they have launched the updated version, that is GPT-4. This was also termed as Google Killer, and Google launched their own artificial intelligence platform, that is Bard. Correct? Remember, Elon Musk was also one of the earlier member who invested in this firm, but later on he backed off from this firm. Then he recently launched their own chat platform, that is Truth GPT, and it is one of the rival of ChatGPT. So these are some things that you definitely need to remember. Then apart from this, if I ask you which is the first country that recently approved the Oxford malaria vaccine? I repeat, first country that has recently approved the Oxford malaria vaccine for children. Which is the country? It is your Ghana. Ghana became the first country that has approved Oxford malaria vaccine specifically for children. Next, India made a contribution of how much amount to the United Nations entity for gender equality and empowerment of women, also known as UN Women for Women Empowerment? So recently, India has contributed $500,000 to UN Women, basically for women empowerment. This amount of money will be used towards women empowerment. This money was presented by whom? This was presented by Ruchira Kamboj. Who is Ruchira Kamboj? She is the permanent representative of India to the UN, right? And this is also important question. Then apart from this, India also contributed $800,000 to India also contributed 800,000 US dollar to the UN in order to encourage the use of Hindi language in the United Nation. So the correct option here becomes option second, right? Oh, sorry, option third, that is 500,000 US dollar. Next, Dash became the first commercial bank to connect with the Bharat Bill Payment System for delivering bill payment services through video banking. So remember, it is your AU Small Finance Bank. I repeat, it is your AU Small Finance Bank that has recently partnered with Bharat Bill Payment System for delivering of bill payment services through a video banking service, right? So the correct option here becomes it is your AU Small Finance Bank, right? Then apart from this, friends, you also need to remember that this initiative between them, the primary goal of this initiative is basically to promote digital accessibility and improve the economic capability that will lead to greater financial decision. Customers can use this platform to pay for their bills without having to go to branch, and this will be specially beneficial for the senior citizens and others with mobility challenges who live in remote areas. So correct option is AU Small Finance Bank. Next, who was recently appointed as the interim managing director and chief executive officer of the Karnataka Bank? I repeat, who is appointed as the interim MD and chief executive officer of Karnataka Bank? Who he will be? Shekhar Rao, right? He is the interim MD and CEO of Karnataka Bank, right? Next, if I ask you, tell me, recently India's first REITs and InvITs index was launched at what? It was launched at NSE, right? Then recently SEBI, they have unveiled their new logo. This was launched during the 35th foundation day of SEBI, right? Then HDFC Bank recently signed a deal with Exim Bank, and this Exim Bank is of Korea, right? And this is for $300 million. HDFC Bank signed deal with Exim Bank of Korea for $300 million, right? Next, remember who has been appointed as the CEO of Welspun New Energy. Kapil Maheshwari. Then next, if I ask you who has been appointed as the new president of National Rifle Association of India. I repeat, who has been appointed as the new president of National Rifle Association of India. He will be Kalikesh Singh Dio, right? Next, who has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of AU Small Finance Bank? He will be Sanjay Agarwal. Who is the new CEO of TCS? He will be K. Kritivasan. Then who is the new CIO of LIC? Ratnakar Patnaik. Next, name the union minister who recently launched the Yuva portal and 1 week 1 program to help in connecting and identifying potential young startups. So who is the union minister who launched this Yuva portal? This was launched by Jitendra Singh. He is the Minister of State of Science and Technology, and he has launched this Yuva portal and 1 week 1 program at the NPL, that is National Physical Laboratory, that is in New Delhi. And basically these two programs will be helping the young startups to grow, right? Here, what does this Yuva stands for? Yuva here stands for young upcoming versatile authors, right? Then if we talk about this 1 week 1 program, this 1 week 1 lab program, This will offer basically various opportunities for the CSIR labs to showcase their work that is being done, and basically to other startups also that can take benefit of their technology and help the also take benefit of the data or the research that they are conducting. Correct? Next, and this 1 week 1 lab program is being from which date to which date? It is from 17th to 21st of April. 1 week 1 lab. Next, Dash became the first state in India to adopt a water budget to tackle water shortage in summer. It is your Kerala that became the first state in India to adopt a water budget to tackle water shortage in summers, right? And who is the Chief Minister of Kerala? Pinarayi Vijayan, and he has unveiled the first phase of the water budget in Kerala that will be covering 94 gram panchayats in 15 block panchayats. Next, who has recently assumed the charge as controller of personal services in the Indian Navy? He will be Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan. Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan, he has assumed the charge as the controller of the personal services in the Indian Navy. The flag officer was commissioned into the Indian Navy on 1st of July in 1987, right? So correct option is Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan. Next, Government of India advanced its target to achieve 20% ethanol blending in petrol from 2030 to dash. I repeat, Government of India advanced their target to achieve 20% ethanol blending in petrol from 2030 to 25-26. That is, earlier the target of Government of India to achieve this 20% ethanol blending in petrol was 2030, but now that has been reduced to 2025 to 2026. This ethanol blending is, that means in 100% petrol, now there will be 20% ethanol and 80% petrol. This ethanol can be built with the help of sugarcane, right? And we know India is the largest producer as well as exporter of sugarcane, and in India too, which is the state that produces the maximum, one of the largest producer of sugarcane, it is your Uttar Pradesh, right? Next, according to the world's wealthiest cities report that is released by Henley and Partners in April 2023, Dash city has topped the list with 340,000 millionaires in 2022. So remember, according to the world's wealthiest cities report, it is your New York of USA that has secured the top position with almost 340,000 millionaires in 2022, while Mumbai, Maharashtra in India, it stood at 21st position with almost 59,400 millionaires in 2022, right? So on the top it is your New York, and India, for Indian city if we consider, it is your Mumbai that is on 21st position. Then if we talk about Delhi, Delhi is at 36th position with 16 billionaires, and here we are not talking about millionaires. Remember, in Mumbai there are 59,400 millionaires, and in Delhi there are almost 16 billionaires. All right, you should know the difference between millionaire and a billionaire. Then Bangalore, it has 8 billionaires. Kolkata, West Bengal, they have 7 billionaires. Hyderabad, Telangana, they have 5 billionaires. Next, according to the State of the World Population 2023 report that is published by United Nations Population Fund, in April, India overtakes China to become the most populous nation in the world with how much percent population? So they have taken over. So India has become the world's most populated country by taking over China, and India has a population of 142.86 crore people. All right, they have surpassed China in this race, right? So correct option is option 1, and this data was released by United Nations Population Fund. Next, The Indian Banks Association IBA constituted a how many member working group committee on the assets reconstruction companies. So recently remember IBA Indian Bank Association constituted a 4 member working group meeting or working group committee on the assets reconstruction company. It is option 5, right? The 4 member working committee will be working on this assets reconstruction companies. All right, these assets reconstruction companies are basically these companies. They manage the assets of various companies. They tell where to invest, how to invest, where the better returns will be coming, right? And also they buy the bad loans from the banks. Next, if I ask you, tell me recently who is the Young Urologist of the Year award? Who has won the Young Urologist of the Year award? Nitya Abraham. Nitya Abraham has won he has been awarded with the Young Urologist of the Year award. Then R. Rao. C.R. Rao has won the Top Statistics Award. Right? Who won the World Vaccine Congress 2023? World Vaccine Congress 2023. It was won by whom? It was won by Bharat Biotech. Bharat Biotech. Then next tell me who was honored with the Business Leader of the Decade award. So Business Leader of the Decade was awarded to, or who was honored with this title? Kumar Mangalam Birla. Right? Next tell me recently exercise Kavach. This exercise Kavach was held where? It was at Andaman and Nicobar Island. Next, which state government's e-governance agency has recently signed an MOU with the Indian Bank to offer payment aggregator service? It is your Tamil Nadu state government. Their Tamil Nadu government's e-government agency, they have recently signed an MOU with Indian Bank to offer payment aggregator service. Right? It is your Tamil Nadu e-government agency. And they have tied up and they have signed an MOU with which bank? It is your Indian Bank. Right? With this MOU, all the government departments will now have access to plug and play platform for their payment related needs. So correct option here is Tamil Nadu. RBI Foundation Day is observed on the 1st of April, right? Because on 1st of April in 1935 RBI was established, right? So RBI Foundation Day is observed on 1st of April. Next, name the state government that recently signed MOA, that is Memorandum of Agreement, with Central Public Sector Undertaking to set up 5 hydropower plants. It is your Arunachal Pradesh. So Arunachal state government has signed a MOA with Central Public Sector Undertakings to set up 5 hydropower plants. Correct? This project will require a total investment of 40,000 crore rupees over the next 5 to 7 years with an expected revenue of around 500 crore rupees per year and 100 crore rupees for local area development. Next, if I ask you about some important days. Next is your 10th of April. On 10th of April, World Homeopathy Day is observed, right? And the theme here is One Health, One Family. Similarly, if I ask you 15th of April, it is World Art Day. 16th of April is observed as World Voice Day. 14th of April is observed as, and it was the Ambedekar Jayanti on 14th of April, and it was the 132nd birth anniversary of Ambedekar, right? So it was Ambedekar Jayanti, 132nd edition of Ambedekar Jayanti. And on 14th only World Chagas Disease Day is also observed. And another important, remember, 13th of April, that is your Jallianwala Bagh Massacre Day. Next, Which state government hosted a 2-day science conclave on clean energy for a green future as a part of G20 meetings for the first time? I repeat, which state government has recently hosted a 2-day science conclave on clean energy for a green future as a part of G20 meeting for the first time? It is your Tripura. The event will be held on 3rd and 4th of April at the International Fairground that is in Agartala. That is the state capital of Tripura. Next, which bank has recently signed a $100 million long-term credit deal with Japan Bank for International Cooperation, that is JBIC, to assist Indian firms interested in purchasing Japanese construction equipment? It is your which bank that has recently signed a $100 million long-term credit deal with JBIC? Which is it will be? It is your IndusInd Bank. They have tied up with JBIC, that is Japan Bank for International Cooperation. This is to assist Indian firms that are interested in purchasing Japanese construction equipment, and the deal is worth $100 million. Right? This loan agreement was signed by Gift City branch of IndusInd Bank. Correct? And remember, this is a first of its kind lending agreement by JBIC through any IFSC banking unit that is at Gift City. Moving on. Which of the following small finance banks were recently received or which has recently received authorized dealer category 1 license to deal in foreign exchange by Reserve Bank India? I repeat, which of the small finance bank have recently received the category 1 license to deal in Forex exchange by Reserve Bank of India? It is your Equitas Small Finance Bank and AU Small Finance Bank. Now they both can deal in the Forex, that is in the foreign exchange, that is also termed as Forex. Alright, this is related to currency of different countries. People also trade in these different currencies, right? Similar to that of stock market. So it is your Equitas Small Finance Bank and AU Small Finance Bank. They both have recently got the category 1 license to deal in the foreign exchange by RBI. Next, RBI recently accepted bids worth 5,500 crore rupees at an auction for the switching and conversion of 5 Government of India bonds against the notified amount of 11,000 crore rupees. I repeat, RBI accepted bids worth 5,500 crore rupees at an auction for switching and conversion of 5 Government of India bonds against the notified amount of 11,000 crore rupees. Moving on. Next, which government department or center recently developed the portal and app in collaboration with Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare? So remember, recently, which is it? It is your National Informatics Center, NIC. They have developed a portal and app in collaboration with Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Remember, the Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Narendra Singh Tomar, he have launched the first phase of this application and a portal, that is Sathi. Alright, Sathi, that is seed traceability, authentication and holistic inventory. What is the use of this Sathi or what is the purpose of this Sathi? To provide good quality seeds to the farmers. That means these are the good quality of seeds, or the good quality of seeds will be provided to the farmers through this Sathi application or portal, and it is basically in order to avoid the bad seeds that can hamper the production. So it is Sathi, that is the application and portal that was launched in collaboration with Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and it was launched by NIC. Next, in April, Dash became the first Indian state to develop a DNA database for unidentified bodies. I repeat, in 2023, Dash became, that is your Himachal Pradesh, became the first Indian state to develop a DNA database for unidentified bodies. It is your Himachal Pradesh. Correct? It became the first Indian state to develop a DNA database for unidentified bodies. That is, the process of creating this database started in April 2022, and as of now, so far 150 DNA samples of unidentified bodies has been stored. It was the first lab to acquire this technology, and the facility is at par with international standards. And this is important question. Next, WHO has recently launched its mRNA vaccine technology hub in Dash. This mRNA technology vaccine technology hub was launched in Cape Town, South Africa. It was launched by WHO, and they have launched its mRNA vaccine technology hub in Cape Town, South Africa. This is a facility that was established during the COVID-19 pandemic to help the poorer countries to get access to life-saving medications. Correct? Also remember, South Africa is also the country that became the first country to launch their satellites that will be specifically targeting the agriculture sector, and with this they are generating a revenue of $1 million monthly. Next, which organization along with Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog has recently launched a white paper to make India a global agri-tech leader? Which is it? It is your United Nations Capital Development Fund. United Nations Capital Development Fund. This along with AIM of Niti Aayog, right? They have launched a white paper that will basically to make India a global agri-tech leader. Agri-tech leader is basically agriculture and technology leader. All right. This white paper will provide practical solutions to support the growth of agri-tech startups at both national as well as international level. This contains important insights and recommendations that are aimed at promoting sustainable agriculture practices and addressing issues such as food security, supply chain and inefficiencies, and climate change concerns, particularly in developing economies. Next, which company has recently received a certificate of registration from RBI to operate as NBFC? I repeat, which company received a certificate of registration from RBI to operate as NBFC? Which is it? It is your In Prime Finserv, right? In Prime Finserv, this is a brand that is owned by STK Credit Private Limited, that is a financial service startup catering to the informal economy, and they have obtained a certificate of registration from RBI to operate as non-banking financial company. Correct? Next, which bank has secured the first rank in enhanced access and service excellence reforms, that is your ease index reform index for third quarter? So which bank secured the first rank in ease reforms index? It is your which bank? It is your Union Bank of India. This data ease reforms index, it was released by Indian Banks Association in April 2023, right? And this is an initiative of Department of Financial Services under the Ministry of Finance, and remember, this is currently under its fifth iteration, which focuses on enhanced digital experience, data driven technology, integrated and inclusive banking. Next, which state government has recently launched the India's first heavy lift logistics electric vertical takeoff landing BONV drone? This is BONV drone. Question asked here is, which state government recently launched this BONV drone that is capable of EVTOL, that is electrical vertical takeoff and landing drone? So which is the state that has launched this? It was your Odisha state that have launched this EVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing BONV drone, and this was launched during the Odisha Skill Conclave that was held in 2023, and remember, it was launched by the Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik, right? This will have a capacity of carrying 50 kgs across 10 kilometers. Next, where is the headquarter of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank located? So the headquarter is in Beijing, China, and as of now in 2016 there were 57 founding members of AIIB, who is the president Jin Lincoln. Headquarters in Beijing, China, and there are 106 members here. Next, in which city India's tallest Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedekar statue was unveiled to mark the 132nd birth anniversary of the architect of the Indian Constitution? So it will be your Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, Telangana, India's tallest Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedekar 125 feet tall statue is being built, and this was unveiled during the 132nd birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedekar, right? And it is being built in Hyderabad, Telangana. This is important, take a note. Also remember, during this celebration of 132nd birth anniversary, a Bharat Gaurav train was also unveiled. This is a special tourist train that will be taking tourists to different parts of that are the important in the life of Bhimrao Ambedkar. Alright, and this was launched under Dekho Apna Desh initiative, that is basically to promote tourism and the spirit of Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat. Next, in which city Log9 Material has recently inaugurated India's first lithium ion cell manufacturing facility? It is your Bangalore, Karnataka. I repeat, Log9 Material, they have recently inaugurated India's first lithium ion cell manufacturing facility, that is Bangalore, Karnataka. Right? It is a nanotechnology company that was backed by Amara Raja Group, and it is the India's first lithium ion cell manufacturing facility. The headquarter here of this company is in Bangalore, Karnataka, and they are setting up this manufacturing facility also in Bangalore, Karnataka. This particular lithium ion cell production facility will have an initial capacity of 50 megawatt per hour. And we have recently found the reserves of lithium ironware in Jammu and Kashmir. Next, according to the Logistics Performance Index and its indicators report that was released by World Bank in April, India secured which rank? India secured the 38th rank in the index, while Singapore topped this index. LPI, this is your Logistics Performance Index. So according to this LPI, it is India that stood at 38th position, and Singapore turned out to be the best country in the world for the logistics. So the correct option is here is 36 and Singapore. That is 38th and Singapore, not 36, 38th and Singapore. Next, name the bank that recently introduced the first of its kind equated monthly installment facility using UPI. We know UPI is done from one bank to other account, and this is a full payment is done here. No EMI option is provided. But now recently there is a bank that is providing the facility of EMI through UPI, that is your ICICI Bank. They are providing this facility of EMI using the UPI, and this UPI payment can be converted into three types of EMIs, that is of 3, 6 and 9 months, and you can use this QR code basically to scan it and then do the payments of using the UPI, and that UPI amount can be converted into EMI. This is basically known as buy now, pay later. So correct option is ICICI Bank. Next, according to Morgan Stanley data released in April 2023, India's GDP was proposed to grow at -% in financial year 23. So according to Morgan Stanley, it projected India's GDP growth rate to be growing by 6.2% in the fiscal year 24. And this is basically to various different or various situations, that geopolitical reasons that are going on. Expected rate of India is between 6 and 7%. Ministry of Finance projected that India will be growing by 7%, right? So this will vary between 6 to 7% only. Next, Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, they have launched PSLV C-55 rocket, and this PSLV C-55 rocket carried 2 Singaporean satellites. These 2 Singaporean satellites were basically, that is your TELEOS2, and second was your Lumi Light 4. These 2 satellites were launched into the space. They were of Singapore. They were launched by ISRO using PSLV C-55 rocket, and they were launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Right? So friends, these were your important current affairs for the day for the third week of April month. I hope you have understood the session. Many things that you have learned from this session, I want you to take a note of them, and do share the link of this video with your friends, and do like and comment below. This will motivate me to make better content for you on the regular basis, and it will also motivate me to present content in a more refined and a better way. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.